In 1682, René Robert Cavelier, Sieur de la Salle, completed an extraordinary journey that would reshape the map of North America. After navigating the length of the Mississippi River from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico, La Salle performed a dramatic ceremony at the river's delta. He erected a column, buried an engraved plate, and proclaimed in the name of King Louis XIV possession of a territory he named Louisiana, a vast inland empire stretching from the Appalachian Mountains to the Rocky Mountains. This massive territorial claim represented a strategic masterstroke for French imperial ambitions. By controlling the Mississippi watershed, France created a geographic vice grip around the British colonies, effectively hemming them in along the Atlantic seaboard. Louisiana formed a crucial connector between the fur trading economy of New France in the north and the plantation colonies of the Caribbean to the south. The territory encompassed nearly 1/3 of what would later become the continental United States, a landmass larger than France itself. Unlike the densely populated British colonies, French Louisiana remained remarkably underpopulated throughout its history. By 1708, the European population numbered fewer than 300 people, scattered across a handful of isolated trading posts. This sparse settlement pattern reflected France's different colonial approach. Rather than sending large numbers of settlers, French authorities established a network of strategic forts and trading stations, including Fort de Mississippi, Arkansas Post, and later Fort Orleans, to maintain territorial claims while developing commercial relationships with indigenous nations. Indigenous alliances proved essential to French control. Diplomatic agreements with the Choctaw, Natchez, Illinois, and other nations secured French trade routes and provided crucial military support against British and Spanish encroachment. These partnerships, however, remained fragile and occasionally erupted into violence, as demonstrated by the Natchez Revolt of 1729, which temporarily devastated French settlements in that region. The Louisiana Territory's economy initially focused on the fur trade, particularly deer hides and beaver pelts, but French authorities soon attempted to diversify. Experimental plantations growing tobacco, indigo, and later sugar were established, though these struggled compared to Caribbean counterparts. The colony's harsh environmental conditions, including frequent flooding, tropical diseases, and hurricane threats along the Gulf Coast, deterred potential settlers and complicated agricultural development. In 1713, the Treaty of Utrecht redrew North America's imperial boundaries, forcing France to cede territories in Newfoundland and Acadia to Britain. This diplomatic setback heightened Louisiana's strategic importance as a buffer against British expansion. 5 years later, in 1718, the French founded New Orleans as Louisiana's new capital, a carefully chosen location that controlled access to the Mississippi River system and could serve as an administrative and military center for the entire territory. The city's establishment marked France's determination to maintain its continental claims, despite limited resources and competing imperial priorities. Yet Louisiana remained chronically underfunded and undermanned throughout the French period. The financial strain became so severe that in 1717, the French crown transferred the colony's administration to John Law's Company of the West, later the Company of the Indies, hoping private enterprise might succeed where state management had struggled.